Hi witches, what's up? This is White Raven over here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. This is the second time I do this video. It took me 25 minutes to do the first one, and it seems to me that this video just does not want to happen. So please make sure that you take this video very seriously, because honestly I feel like I should not share it with you, but I'm going to share it anyways. If you're new in this channel, welcome to the coven. This is White Raven over here, and I welcome you to Witch's Lair. And please make sure you subscribe so you can get my notifications and my videos that I've been sharing with you guys once a week. If you are coming back to my channel, well, welcome back. If you're a member of the coven, I love you, pretties. Today we're going to be working with the 7 African powers, las 7 potencias. And again, this is the second time that I do this video. And you don't know how many things have happened in order before I even sat down in here to make this video for you guys. So please, what I'm trying to tell you with this is what I want to share with you today. Even though I'm going to share with you a spell that is extremely simple, is very powerful. So please do not mistake simplicity for weak. All right. Now we're going to be calling upon the 7 African powers. And these are probably one of the most strong forces lingering in the universe right now. There is so much collective energy dedicated and concentrated in these Orishas that the power that they can yield is truly scary. All right, so what I'm trying to tell you with this, if you're going to use this spell, make sure you use this spell for something important. Don't be using this for frivolous stuff. And if you're going to do this, I strongly suggest you from the bottom of my heart that you do some research yourself on your own. All right, a lot of the research that I did and a lot of the stuff that I'm going to share with you is from this book, which I talk to you guys about this book all the time. This is Judica Ila Encyclopedia of Spirits. So this is a book that you may want to have if you want to know things. The internet is amazing. We get a lot of information on the internet. We also get a lot of bullshit. So I need you to be very smart. If you can have at home some good books, encyclopedias, when it comes to good author. I always tell you about Judica, guys, because I really trust Judica from the bottom of my heart. Okay, so we're going to be talking about these 7 African powers. I'm sorry, the weather is changing. If that video was the same thing, my throat is killing me. All right, so the 7 African powers, these are Orishas. Okay, they belong to different religions that is followed across the New World, Brazil, all Latin America, Haiti, even the United States. So anything that pertains to voodoo, Santeria, Umbanda, all that stuff has, and so many other religions are based on all these deities. Depending on which religion you're following, their names are pronounced slightly different. I'm going to name them in Spanish. This is how I met them. This is how I know them. So this is how I'm going to share them with you. All right. I'm going to talk to you about every single one of them, the 7 of them, because I need you to know a little bit about them. And I'm going to be touching just the very tip of the iceberg when it comes to these Orishas. Okay. I need you to be very, very reverent when you are doing this spell. Again, this is the second time that I'm filming this video. And prior to doing this, a lot of stuff happened, and I feel that I shouldn't be sharing this with you. If I share this with you, I need to make sure that you guys understand that this is not a game. If you mess around with these forces and with these Orishas, get ready for what's coming. If you don't feel like doing this, if your mind is telling you, don't do it. If you're afraid and you feel like you're going to do something wrong, that's exactly the first reason that you shouldn't be touching this spell that I'm going to share with you here today, okay? All right, so the 7 African powers. Las siete potencias. Oh my God, they're so amazing. So the first one that I have over here and take, there's more Orishas, but we're choosing, these are the 7 for the 7 powers, okay? The first one, Obatala. Beautiful, beautiful Orisha. Beautiful. He is the father of all creation. Okay? He's the father of healing. He is the protector of all of those that have birth defects, and there's a story behind this. So I suggest for you to really study the Orishas. He favors all who are calm and collected. So if you're having issues, if you're in an argument, if you are being confronted, he is the one that you want to call upon and focus on if you need to collect yourself, if you need control, if you need calmness in the middle of an argument or any kind of confrontations, okay? You want to call upon him in legal matters, especially when you need mercy and you need compassion, especially if you need compassion from a judge. This is the Orisha that you're going to call upon, all right? You want to call him upon problems with people that you need to calm because they're very angry at you, especially if they're dangerous people, okay? If you feel like you have a very violent ex, husband, wife, partner, whatever it is, you want to call upon Obatala to help him, to help you calm down this person and protect you from that dangerous, violent person, okay? These are very serious matters. Santeria is not something to play with, guys. His color is white. His day is going to be Sunday, and his offerings are going to be water, milk, coconut milk, white rice, coconut, bananas, white rice again, white sugar, and white flour. White flowers. I'm going to put all this in the screen, and chances are I'm also going to put all this in the description of the video. So please, if there's something that I missed in here and you missed, go to the description of the video. I'm going to put all that in there. All right. The second Orisha we're going to be talking about, my favorite, Elegua. I talk to you guys about Elegua all the time. We made an oil for him the other day. And this is the master of all crossroads. He opens and closes path. All right. He's amazing. He's so amazing. He closes all the doors and opens all the doors. He makes all the possibilities for your favor or takes them out. All right. So he's the Orisha of all possibilities, of all these doors are open for you, but he will close them. You fuck with him, he'll close them up and you stand in nothing. All right. So make sure that if you're working with the Orisha, you dedicate a day of the week for him and you honor him. All right. He is the Lord of communication. He helps when you need direction or guidance. His day is Monday, and this is precisely why I choose Mondays to be my magical day, because Elegua is my Orisha and I honor him on Mondays. All right. For a long time. His colors are going to be red and black. His offerings, and I talked to you about this before, rum, candy, cigars, toys, and spicy food. All right. Next, the very powerful Chango. I'm pretty sure you have heard of all these Orishas before. He is the Lord of thunder, lightning, and fire. And again, I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg over here, okay? And I'm doing this with a lot of respect. He provides a victory over enemies, and he protects you from evil. He's the one that breaks hexes, curses, and evil spells. So you want to go to him when you think you're being cursed for anything. All right. His colors are going to be red and white. And the day of the week is going to be Wednesday. His offerings are spicy food, red foods like apples and anything that is red, yams, corn, peppers, and crab. Next, this is one that is not as known as the other one, yet he is a very, 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 very powerful. And this is Orula. Okay, he's very important. He's very powerful in the Orishas. He is the master of divination. He's the one with the cowrie shells and all that stuff. He's a miracle healer. So if you want something almost impossible, he's the one to go to. He is the only one who knows truly your future. From all the Orishas, he's the only one that's going to know when you die. He knows everything. 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 All right? He represents wisdom and the ability of man to change his own destiny. That's what he represents. You don't want to make a big change in your life. That's what you want. A big change in your life. He is the one for you. Orula is the one for you to focus in and invoke. Because you want his energy to make that change in your life. All right. His days. Oh, he protects also against mental illnesses. Yeah, he's a good ally for any type of spells regarding mental illnesses. His day is going to be October 4th or Sundays or every day of the week, depending on which type of on which type of religion are you following. All right. His offerings are going to be coconut, wine, and sweet cakes. All right. That is the one and only Orula. After Orula, I have over here the one and only Ochún. Ochún is very popular because she's a depiction of beauty. She is the nymph of the sweet waters. You know, she's in the rivers, she's in the lakes, she's sweet waters, anything that has to do with love, romance, wealth, beauty, abundance, magical knowledge. She's used for fertility spells. She's good for wealth, employment, love, beauty, and protection. All right. She is a powerful witch and she's an expert in divination. So if you need some help in that area in your life, she's a great ally for you to call to help you out with your divination process, learning process, and all that stuff. Okay. She is a very, very slow to anger, but just like waters, when she's mad, she's very hard to appease. It takes time and force to appease her. All right. Warning. Big warning. If you make her any promise, you better commit to it. Because if you don't, she'll take away everything she gave you. All right. Everything she gave you. Her colors are going to be from yellow to gold. It could be yellow, orange yellow, brown yellow, gold, coppery gold, yellow gold, gold. She likes anything around those tones because she's all bright. She's all beautiful. She's all of that. She's all that. You know what I'm saying? So her day is going to be Friday. Her offerings are her favorite offering is honey, but before you give her honey, you have to make sure you taste it, and you have to make sure that she sees you tasting the honey, because you want to make sure that honey tastes good and it's good. All right, there's a story behind it. Offerings are going to be then honey, number 1, mirrors, makeup, pins for the hair, anything that has to do with beauty, with being coquette, with being just delicious, you know? All that girly power stuff. She loves all that. All right. She also loves flowers. And she also like brushes and fans. I mean, she's awesome. She's very girly. But make sure that... I mean, I'm making this sound really cutesy. But trust me when I tell you, these deities, these Orishas, give and they take. They have absolutely no problems. They give you and they take. Now... the one I'm going to talk about right now is probably the one that, if I can avoid working with him, I would. Meaning, I would only work with this Orisha in a very dire situation. Okay? I don't know if any of you guys know about the history of the Haiti's revolution and independence. It was very bloody. And the people of Haiti won. They were victorious in that revolution. They say that this Orisha drove that revolution, drove that independence. All right, everything started with rituals to this Orisha, which is none other than Ochún. All right, he's the god of war and politics. And he's the one with the machete. He gives and he takes. Do not play in vain with Ochún. He is a force to be reckoned with. All right, he's a healer, and he's also the one that causes violent death. So he can heal you, or you can really meet a really violent death. That depends on you. All right, he protects orphans, and he houses homeless. He cuts any obstacle of your path. Again, his machete is almighty. All right, he hates liars. Hates liars. He is the spirit of birth and death. With the same knife that you cut the umbilical cord, you cut life. Think about it. He is nowadays associated with technology. He's also the god for fertility and any creative energy. He is also the spirit of iron. Okay, his colors are black and red. His day is Wednesday. His offerings are to be left in a railroad track. It's a big mouthful of words. You don't have a railroad track where you live? Let me laugh a little bit. When you work with the Orishas, they don't care. Get out of your way and find one. You don't have water close to you? Get out of the way and go find the ocean. Get out and find the river. These are real strong forces, and they want what they want and how they want it. So you either can do this, or I tell you right now, back up and go watch another video. All right? If you cannot commit to them, do not play with these forces. All right? His day is going to be Wednesday. His colors are black and red. I already said that. Anyways, the offerings are going to be red candles, cigars, rum, palm wine, whiskey, dragon's blood, incense, metal objects, railroad spikes, spicy food, yams, red beans, red rice, mangoes, or meat. So any petition, not offerings, guys, not offerings, but any petition that is directly only to him. You want to leave that petition in a railroad track, okay? You can do offerings, you can do offerings in an altar and all that stuff. You can light some dragon's blood incense for him and all that stuff, all right? But if you're going to do a petition, you have to go out of your way to actually reach him, all right? Last but not least, the one and only, Yemaya. She is the mermaid. She is the lady of the waters, of the seas and all the oceans. Coming and going, softly, gently, or powerful. Very, very powerful, right? She is mother. She is generous. She is the sea and the oceans. That's her home. She could be potentially tempestuous, just like the ocean, guys. She has to do with abundance, with wealth, with healing, with love, with fertility. And she protects when you're traveling on the sea. Now, warning, warning. If she chooses you as one of her children, whenever you're in water, you need to tell her how much you love her, but you also need to tell her that you belong in the dry land, because Yemaya likes to keep her children with her. So, if you are one of Yemaya's daughters or son, make sure when you're in the water, you ask for her protection and you let her know that you belong in the dry land and not in the waters. All right? Because again, she likes to keep what's hers, if you can understand what I'm trying to tell you. All right? Her colors are going to be blue and white. Her days are Saturdays. Her offerings are going to be jewelry, perfume, any soaps that are in beautiful packaging, okay? Brand new soaps. She loves white roses. Food that she likes, pomegranate, watermelon, fish, duck, and lamb, and dishes. All right, a lot of people like to take this stuff into the water, into the ocean, and they just give that into the ocean. All right, so now that we went through the 7 African powers, what are we going to do with this? Well, we're going to do a little spell for you to open your roads, to dissolve any kind of like stone, obstacle, problem that you have in your road. If you feel that you're standing still, or if there's something that is afflicting you and it's not letting you move forward, whatever it is, it could be mental, it could be physical, or it could be just figuratively speaking, like you're thinking about your road and you feel like they're clogged. It doesn't matter what it is. This is the spell that we're going to do for that. We are going to use the African Power Oil. I bought this one recently, and I think I should share with you guys a picture. There is not a specific recipe online to do this oil. There's thousands of people selling it. Nobody's sharing the recipe. I can tell you it seems to me, based on all the research that I did, that people do this differently. Okay, prior to doing this, I talked to some of my Santeros friends, and they really don't make oil for Yemaya. I mean, for the 7 powers. So pretty much you look at the 7 Orishas and you look at what they like, you research them, you look at what they like, and you use an oil to represent any of those favorite flowers, aromas, woods, whatever it is that they like. All right, the one recipe that I have over here to share with you guys came from the Judica Ellis book, and it's one of the ones that also is the ingredients on this ones are very common ingredients in other African power oil recipes that I see in other books. Okay, the recipe varies a lot. I'm going to give you this one that I think is pretty good for this African powers, the 7 African powers. If you think you can do something better or even more, guys, if one of you guys know how to make this oil, please share it with me. Please share it here with us, because that's what we're here for. We're here to empower each other to learn how to do these things, because I think it's better when we make this ourselves. All right, instead of buying it. And again, I did bought this one at the Renaissance Fest, and that's the one that I'm going to be using for my spell, because I really love the way it smells, even though I really like the way this one smells. So, brown paper. Make sure you cut a little piece of brown paper, guys. You guys want to know the receipt. This is a little baggy, and then the receipt just fell out while I was doing this. You see what it says? God bless you. See you soon. Blessings are always good. That makes me feel really good. So anyways, brown paper, it could be as big as you want it. It doesn't matter. You're going to write it there, what it is that is afflicting you. Whatever problem you have, your petition, you're going to write it there. Okay. When you have that petition written down in there, you're going to put it in a container. This is the oil that I made for this spell. I'm going to be very generous. I'm going to soak this paper in this oil. You see it? Okay. Please focus on what you're doing. Focus, if you have little pictures of all these 7 African powers, put them around. You can also put, getting goosebumps. You can also put the 7 African powers colors, candles around you. You want to call upon them. They are so powerful, guys. You're going to feel it so quick. After you do that, we're going to put some coffee, black coffee, make sure it's strong. Okay. All right. Empower this. Call upon this siete potencias to help you, and tell them what you're going to give them as an offering. This is what I'm going to do for you. Please help me with this matter. I ask on your assistance. I'm summoning your powers to help me with this matter. All right, along that line. All right, so this is it. You light your candles if you want to. You don't have to. I would. It's not necessary, but I really would. All right, so, and that's your petition. You can keep it in a little shrine, in a little place where you can work it as much as necessary, or until your petition has been granted. All right, once that is granted, you're going to grab everything. I'm going to bury it, including any remnants of wax, anything that I use for this spell. I'm going to bury it. All right, it's gonna stay. Give it to Mother Earth. All right. Now, how did I make this particular oil? How did I make this oil, the 7 African Powers oils? Well, I pulled Vetiver. I put some vanilla. I put some lavender. I put some patchouli. Love patchouli. Love patchouli. I put dragon's blood. Ochún loves dragon's blood. I put some cinnamon. Please make sure the cinnamon is just legit 2 drops. I put some jasmine. You can put gardenias if you don't have jasmines, or you can put white rose if you don't have it. All right. And at the end, we finish it with some jojoba oil. These are all essential oils. You want to mix them with jojoba oil, which will be your carrier. There you go, guys. This is a spell that, even though it's extremely simple, that does not mean it's weak. All right. Honor these Orishas. Please learn about them, because if you actually love them and want to work with them, they're amazing allies. Again, there's going to be a lot of people out there that is going to tell you that you need to get initiated in all this. You have to do your collares and you have to do all that stuff. I do not follow Santeria. Therefore, I use Orishas in dire situations. And I make sure that if I do, I honor them and I thank them and release them when I'm done. The only Orisha that I always use all the time is my Elewa. But other than that, yes, I have in the back of me my altar a mermaid that symbolizes Jemaja. I also like Ochún. And once in a while, I love Chango. My favorite too, Obatala, is just a beautiful one. So there you go, guys. There's many more. There's a few more Orishas that maybe you want to get to learn. And I'm waiting on a book that it'll be here tomorrow on Santeria and all the Orishas. I'll read it and I'll share some stuff with you guys. Until next time, pretties, stay wicked. Bye.